Hey guys, thanks so much for coming in for a sales video. This is the latest in what I sold in Poshmark. This is a vintage brand. This is actually a designer, Emanuel Ungaro, but I think it's more like from the 80s. So I bought this pantsuit probably about 5-6 years ago, maybe even more, and I maybe paid a little under $10 for it. I wore it to many an interview. I called it my hire me suit. Very, very stylish, though. It really is a classic wool suit, wool silk blend, I believe. And so yeah, I sold that for $13. So I think that was a pretty good profit. Cleaned out my closet. I didn't pay that much more for it. Again, remember that Posh does charge 20%. All right, here is an Oraton bag. This is a full leather bag. I showed you this in my handbag haul, and I picked that up for $10. I believe they had it for $14, but with my discount, I do get 30% off teacher discount, among other discounts that they have daily at the Goodwill. So I wound up paying $10 for it, and then all in all, with the 20% discount, I wound up making about $26 profit on that. But it does have its pluses. You don't have to worry about relisting fees. You don't have to worry about listing fees. You don't have to worry about labels and shipping. They automatically pay a shipping of $6.50, I think, for up to I don't even know what the poundage is, but it's pretty high. You can ship some heavy boots and whatever for $6.50. So you really can't beat that. So that's what I love about Poshmark. Again, this is a full leather bag. This is made in Australia. Very structured bag. I do like to have my daughter model the handbags when I can, when she's in a good mood, because I really think it helps sell the bag, because not only can they see the scope and the scale of the bag, they can see it styled, and I just think it helps sell it. Okay, here is a pair of beaded mules. They're very small kitten heel, and those sold for $12 as well. My price point on shoes is usually around $4, and because I just never know if I'm going to have to clear them out, or if I can have a windfall and do a little bit better. But I don't like to hold on to shoes for too long, so I do take those best offers. Here's a Karen Okada dress that I picked up, literally picked it up off the floor at a garage sale for $1. Actually, this is not a dress, this is a romper, sort of a denim, black denim romper, very, very stylish. But I did notice there was a few flaws once I started to picture that had a couple of studs missing, so I reduced the price. I had it a little bit higher, but I went ahead and just took that $14 for it. And like I said, again, you do save without having to shop, without having to factor in the shipping. So that was a good deal, I believe, there. Okay, here's a Viv and Ingrid necklace. This is a very sought-after brand. They make sterling pieces, and I believe I bought this for a little bit less than what I sold it for. I sold it for $19. I believe I bought it for about $12, but I didn't really use it. I just really liked the style, so I went ahead and sold it. But look out for that brand. Here is Campbell. Now, these are the shoes that I picked up a few months ago at a garage sale, and we made a deal. We kind of bundled up some things, so I wound up paying maybe $5 for these, and those had a really good return for me. They sold for $40, so yeah, that was about a $32 profit when all was said and done. And I still have another pair of Campbell that I have not listed yet, but they're very popular, and I know they'll do well there on Posh. All right, here is a copper coil bracelet that I picked up for 99 cents and sold it for $15. I did find that at the Goodwill, not in a jewelry jar, but just hanging on the rack. I thought it was very interesting, very pretty. So I did put $15 on that. Again, costume jewelry in general, all kinds of jewelry. I've sold good jewelry as well, fine jewelry here on Posh, but it does really well. So yeah, again, that was $15 for that copper coil bracelet. And I like to put all the measurements in. People are always curious as to how wide the bracelet is, because some people have small wrists, some people have larger wrists, so they want to make sure that it fits. Here is a set of sheer, I call them lounge pants. They are by La Palapala and La Palapala, yeah. I don't know, I guess you could wear them to bed. Maybe you could wear them with a leotard under them for yoga or something, but those sold for $10, and I had those listed for a really long time. They're on Posh as well as eBay, and they never sold, so I went ahead and kept reducing the prices. I do run these sales on Posh. I don't like to have the same inventory over and over again, so when I see that they haven't been moving, I try to move them with a sale. That's an anthro That's an Anthro brand there. That is the postage stamp. And that sold for $10. It's a top. I actually have two of these tops. I had a medium, and I think that's the one that sold. I still have a small one that I need to list. Here's a Lucky brand that I let go for $13, and I really regret that I let it go for so low, because I don't know if you recall one of my videos recently, I was talking about running into this brand at Macy's, and they are so high. They're in the $49, $50 range or more, especially the embroidered ones. So I would have definitely thought about that a little bit harder if I had realized how expensive they were. I knew they were expensive, but I didn't think they were in the 50s. So anyway, I let that go for $13. Now here's something that I sold for a much higher price than I bought it for. This is a planner. It was not a name brand planner, but it was really cute. It was denim. I paid 99 cents for it, and that sold for $20. And I think what helped sell it was the papers inside. It had Hello Kitty inserts, and everybody loves Hello Kitty, so I think that really helped. Plus, I went ahead and measured not only the entire planner, but the pages themselves, because you have to be really particular as to how many holes, how many rings the planner has, and so forth. So it's important to get those measurements. Here's a sterling silver bracelet that I bought quite a few years ago. I think I paid maybe $5 for it, and that says Goddess on it. That sold for $15. I was just cleaning out the jewelry box, as I often do, again measuring on the ruler or whatnot there for that wrist measurement. Here are some Mark Fisher pumps that sold for $15. I believe these were navy and sort of a rounded toe, very stylish. So yeah, I let those go for $15. Again, you know, I'm paying 20% commission, so probably about an $11 profit there, but, or rather maybe even less than that, more like $6, because by the time you factor in what I paid, but I do not pay over $6 for a pair of shoes. Now here's a really good brand, Hirica. It's made in France. These were selling very high on eBay, but mine didn't sell, so I sold them here for $15. Well, by high I mean they were selling for about $30 for a used pair of ballet flats. To me, that's pretty high for used shoes, but I went ahead and sold those for $15. Very pretty too, very nice color, very soft, obviously very well made. Not quite like the teaks or whatever, but they are very nice. And they did have a good following on eBay, quite a few sales. Okay, here's a pendant that I picked up a few years ago. You may have seen it in maybe one of my 4-year-old videos, because I picked this up for about $29. And I told you in the video that I loved it and I was going to enjoy it for a couple of years. I did. And I went ahead and sold it for $75. It was actually hallmarked by the maker, but I could no longer make it out, so I didn't even list that on the listing, but it sold anyway for $75. I was really happy. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.